Hello, this will be a channel message for you, for your highest good, and I trust that it found you at the perfect time. I really appreciate you being here with me in this moment, and as always, I love you so much, and I am so proud of you. Let's get it, gang. You might feel like you've shifted into a new reality, into a new energetic space. I'm getting like master numbers might be significant. You might be seeing like 11s, 22s, 33s. That kind of deal. And I'm getting 111 may be significant. There is something about the month of September here. There is something about past life healing right now. Some deep emotional information being brought to the surface to be processed. So, you know what I say? It is always a good time to be nice to yourself and just support yourself through this process. Because like I said, you might find that you've shifted into a new timeline or a new reality here. So this is big stuff. And I'm just wondering, through the cards, using divine timing and circumstance, what on earth does Spirit have to say about all of this? Oh, yes. It's like right on time, eh? The gateway. Open doors, opportunities, right timing. On the bottom of the deck here, in the last reading that I did, I spoke heavily about the gateway, crossing the threshold, moving through that door. And bit of a message here about trusting in the perfect timing of it all. I don't think we have to really force anything here, and you might find yourself, even in a subtle kind of way, slipping back into that, you know, needing to put pressure on yourself, needing to perform at a certain standard. Guys, you're good. I'm telling you, you're good. You don't have to be hard on yourself. You know how to perform. And the more that we can relax into this process and allow it to unfold, all you got to do is show up and be yourself. And you're somebody who just creates magic, like without even trying. You know what I mean? It's like the less you try, the more magic you kind of make here. It's just like you got to show up and deal with what's in front of you in the way that you know how to do it, right? In the way that you know best. So beautiful. I get energy rising, vitality, confidence, power, and decisiveness. So again, just showing up and being your best self. You guys know what to do. You guys know what to do about all of this. And I get the road is clear. Yo, dude. It says you know what to do. You can't make it up. You literally can't make it up. It says you know what to do. Walk it your way. And it's like you can't... Comparison just becomes so futile at a time like this, because we're all just moving through our own unique process. See, you're the magician here as I split the deck. How's I've got the shakes right now? What's that all about? Oh, the energy's so potent. Yeah, I'm getting like their energy right now is crazy. And you might find that you're kind of breaking out of a little bit of a funk or something is what I'm getting. A little bit of a stuck pattern. Again, this idea that there's some deep stuff coming to the surface here. And going back to what I was saying, you just got to walk this path your own way. Like, no one's got a process like yours. No one knows your life like you do, right? Nobody knows your needs like you do. Such a good time to just keep spending that time with yourself. Grounding yourself on the earth is what I'm getting, and using those frequencies that Mother Gaia has for us to support us through this. And just spending that time, you know, getting to know yourself better, affirming to yourself that you are so capable and beautiful. You're so loved and supported, but you have such agency in your ability to make decisions and walk this path your own way. Nobody can tell you what that is. And you're moving out of some kind of devil energy, right? And it's creating anxiety because, like I said, there's this massive shift into a 10 of Pentacles reality here. This is about your abundance, your long-term safety, security, your resources, your ability to build community and connect with like-minded people and build in a way that feels so good and so true to you. Again, this idea that you're on your own unique path here. And there's something that has been, it's like it's had a hold on us, or we've been giving our power away. Maybe certain addictions, coping mechanisms, certain relationships that we know are not good for us, certain patterns that we know in our heart are not good for us, and we're moving away from this. We're moving through this doorway, and we're walking the path our own way. And it might be a little bit scary because you're operating in a new paradigm. You're operating in a new space here, moving away from something that has had a major hold on us. The devil energy, right? This is big stuff. So major props to you guys. And I'm just sending you all of my love. You got this 100%. This card says you know what to do. Big confirmation here coming through. You guys know how to work with this energy. And a big part of it is just showing up for yourself and making that commitment and having the intention to change this pattern. The awareness in itself is transformative. So we don't have to push and put a lot of pressure on ourselves because this thing is going to unfold in the way that it needs to. So it's really beautiful, right? Just being in that stillness, just being at rest, and becoming more familiar with that quiet feminine space is going to allow the anxiety to kind of process itself. And I also get action alleviates anxiety. So taking those steps and doing it one step at a time. It can get so overwhelming when we think about all of the things that we want to do, when we think about the future and all of the steps that we're going to need to take. We don't have to worry about that. We just got to show up every day. And like I was saying before, just work with what's being put in front of us one day at a time and just take that one right action every day. And I think that's going to help a lot in the processing of this Nine of Swords kind of vibe is what I'm getting here. So let's talk about the masculine energy here. I get the wheel. So moving with this change and taking all of the signaling and the messaging that you're getting from life, and it's like you're allowing yourself to be guided by your higher self and these higher aspects of consciousness, even though it might be really challenging right now and we're moving through the unknown. And the mind, the left hemisphere of the brain, which is, it's constructed based off of our previous experiences and the understanding that we've developed up until this point, and you're breaking out of that. You're breaking out of the past. You're not letting old situations define you. You're not letting the past and old situations define what your future is going to look like. And you're going with this change. You're being led by your higher self. You're integrating all of these different aspects of yourself. And it might be quite emotional in nature is what I'm getting, to have to deal with this. But it's confirmation for you that you are expanding. You are expanding, right? There's this interesting dichotomy here with the Devil card corresponding to Capricorn, which is ruled by Saturn, and the Wheel, which corresponds to Jupiter, right? So this is about like restriction and expansion, integrating these lessons. Something here about acceptance. Again, you know what to do. It's just a matter of doing the thing and showing up and supporting yourself while you do it. Not trying to take action from that place of shame or putting too much pressure on yourself. Just taking consistent, loving action every day because you know that you're worth it. You're worthy of this new life that you're trying to create for yourself. And again, there's major confirmation here that Spirit, your higher self, is conspiring to make all of this happen. And I get the Hermit on the feminine side of your energy. Beautiful. I love it. You know, I low-key was thinking this morning that we were going to see the Hermit card today. I knew we were going to see it. I knew we were going to see it, right? Virgo energy. Big emphasis on health right now is what I'm getting. As we move through a shift like this, it's so important to keep grounding our energy. And what I'm getting is setting up spaces and processes where we feel protected and we feel safe and we feel like our energy is cleansed. You know, cleaning your space, cleansing your crystals, smudging, and leaning into some kind of like a feminine ritualistic practice where you show up every day and you create those systems of safety in your energy, which is going to allow you to expand to this new level. This is confirmation that you're gaining greater capacity to hold abundance and a wealth of loving, expansive energy in your life. And Spirit's saying, come back home to yourself, take that big, deep breath, spend some time in nature, get really clear on what it is you need to do today, one step at a time. And in order to expand to this next level, let's ground our energy down and set up some systems of safety here and protection. And let's keep our energy nice and clean and clear so we have discernment moving forward. And going within as this hermit energy is totally the play. It's totally the play, guys. You're all over this 100%. You're dealing with some major shifts right now, some real big energy coming through. And I'm pretty sure I said this before, some kind of transmutation of past life energy here, past life regression might be significant. You're dealing with some big stuff right now, and going within as the hermit and doing this self-exploration and actualization is the play. Again, spending time out in nature, some kind of vision quest here, getting really clear, using that access that you have to the infinite intelligence of the divine. It's channeled through your body. You're an extension of this. You are a divine conduit. You are the divine. You're a limitless soul spirit, right? And I love what you're doing right now. And again, I'm just sending you all of my love as you transmute this energy. Must be feeling really potent right now, and I'm getting something about extremes, and having to find that equilibrium and that balance as you navigate some emotional extremes and some ups and downs, right? You're trying to find that point of balance. And again, things like grounding, breath work, some kind of ritual practice every day, it's really going to help with this kind of stuff. And again, I'm looking at this Wheel of Fortune and going back to this message that we were getting about divine timing. We don't have to push or be in a rush. Things are opening up for you. These doors are opening up for you in divine timing here. With the Wheel of Fortune, it couldn't get any more clear. And there's a message here about the ascent. Right, the ascent up these stairs. I've been getting messages about things like ladders, moving up that elevator of frequency, right? It's like you've gotten into that elevator and you've hit the button and you've gone up a few floors, right? And the doors have opened up and things just look completely different. The terrain looks different. But again, you know what to do. You've been preparing for this low key, right? This is your unique soul's journey and nobody can tell you what that is. I get the Haunter card on the bottom of the deck. So again, this idea that old ghosts and shadows from the past, from a time once gone, right? These are coming up to be processed right now. As I get the unknown. Yes, let's go. It's so good. As I get the unknown. New addition to the deck, right? So I love that. That's a message in itself here. New addition to the deck coming out. And there's a message here. As you walk through this door and you shift into this new space, there's a message here that you're not supposed to know exactly what's going on. You're not supposed to have all of the answers, right? And Spirit, your higher self, can get a little bit tricky like this, right? Like it gets a little bit like, I don't know, it's funny too, because that Haunter's it's like a trickster energy, right? As I say that, but it's a bit tricky in the sense that like, okay, so conceptually, let's try and explain this. So if you had all of the answers and logically you knew what was happening, maybe you would make a different choice, right? The unknown, not having all of the answers, not having it all figured out can really serve us. And we can really embrace this beginner's mindset. Being open about it, being curious, just being in the flow, just being in the present moment, right? Like the fool, like the inner child. You found yourself in this new space, in this new reality. And it's your job right now, and you might really be feeling this. The role that you got to play right now is, as somebody who needs to go within, find that core truth, spend time with themselves internally doing this exploration without expectation or rigid planning, or trying to really discern what's happening in a really like logical, confined sort of way, because we don't want our past to define our future. It's like you're being asked to stay open here, and you're not supposed to know all of the answers. There's an unknown element to all of this. And the flip side too, what I want to say is that you're worthy of having that feeling of like getting the nice surprise. Like, we don't know, and then, oh, I get the result. I found what I was looking for. I connected with that opportunity, with that relationship. I got an inspired idea, and I took action, and look at the result I got. Yo, like, that's such a good feeling. And Spirit doesn't want to deprive you of that. So Spirit doesn't, we're not supposed to know everything, because Spirit doesn't want to deprive you of the experience of having a nice surprise in your life. Don't you agree? Like, isn't it just the best feeling? So I love that coming through. And again, it comes back to, don't put too much pressure on yourself. You got this. You know what to do. One step at a time. The road is clear. So it's almost like there's this funny, again, this like dichotomy. This dichotomy and paradox has just been a theme of late. But Spirit's saying, like, the road is clear. You're not supposed to know what it looks like, but it's clear. Trust me. It's like, oh my goodness. Okay, well, I guess I got to trust. And I got to trust that I am free to explore and move around. Like, you've developed some kind of new abilities here. I'm talking to somebody who's been working on their skills, even if it's just the skill of being able to commune with their higher self and the divine, lean into that spiritual practice, some kind of creative skill here, some kind of practical skill, whatever it is, or all of the things at once. You've blossomed and emerged as this new version of self, as the butterfly. As the butterfly who is free to roam around and fly around. And, I'm getting a message coming through about, like, when the wind shifts and there's energetic currents in the air, it's not the butterfly's job to, like, overpower those energetic currents. The butterfly needs to trust that there are moments where it's being taken to where it needs to go. The energy's shifting. It just needs to move with that current. And there are other times where there's a stillness in the air. There's an allowing of that exploration and that freedom of movement, right? So again, it's about casting that balance and having that point of equilibrium between needing to go with some kind of energetic cosmic flow, balancing that with your ability to move wherever you want to go. And guys, this is your confirmation that you've got your wings. You're shining. You're glowing. You're incredibly reflective right now. You might be a little bit polarizing. You might be triggering certain people with your authenticity, right? A willingness to just show up and be yourself and walk your own path and do things in your own unique way. I mean, guys, that's pretty countercultural. Not everybody is going to understand that. And you're a rare individual. You're a rare individual who is going to be attracting in rare relationships and rare opportunities. You're going to be able to do things that not everybody can do in this life. And I'm not casting judgment or trying to shame anyone, because again, we're all in our own process here. And these are processes that happen over lifetimes. It's not just confined to this one earthly experience. But getting back to the matter at hand, the point that I'm trying to make here is that, guys, you've gotten your wings and you're glowing. And you're freer than you realize. It just doesn't seem that way because there's so much unknown. There's so much uncharted territory here, and we're learning how to use these wings. We're learning how to explore this new energetic space because it's new. And when you're in a space like this, it is not the time to put pressure on yourself and be hard on yourself. Because this is a time of learning. This is a time of becoming acclimated to this new space and these new faculties that we have. This is a time of learning how to embody and act as this new version of self. And it's so beautiful to be able to embrace that beginner's mindset and experiment. And there's so much creative potential that comes from this. Being in this energy is going to allow you to manifest things that have not existed in this world before. I'm talking to a pioneer. I'm talking to a leader in some kind of sense here. Somebody who doesn't always have other people to follow. That's so brave, guys. It takes so much courage. It takes so much trust in yourself and the divine. And you're getting all of the spoils, guys. I'm telling you, you're getting all of the rewards for walking this path, right? It's your soul's highest level of alignment. And I always set the intention before I tap in, right? Before I film these readings, I always set the intention that these readings will assist the collective in living in alignment with their highest, most fulfilling timeline. I do it every time. And this is your confirmation that that is exactly what you're doing right now, even if it doesn't feel like it, even if it's challenging, even if you're transmuting heavy energies right now. Guys, you're doing so well. You're doing so well. Like I said, you're a pioneer, right? And you're showing up for yourself. That's the most important thing. This big stuff here. I mean, the Devil, the Hermit, the Wheel of Fortune, power, decisiveness. You know what to do. Walk it your way. Guys, there's big energies right now. Potent, had the shakes before. Like, you know what I mean? The energy is so potent right now. We don't need to rush through it, right? This is an important process that's happening for us right now. So it's just so, like, the value of just taking that deep breath and having that pause is just so much value in that right now. I mean, you guys are shining. You guys are shining. You don't need to be hard on yourself. Hey, you just got to relax into this because you're so beautiful. You guys got this 100%, man. So good. Like I was saying, you just show up and you just make magic wherever you go. You don't even try, right? You might be feeling really sensitive right now to certain environments, certain, I don't know, like habits or certain relationships, right? That in the past, we could deal with this stuff. Right, certain frequencies, okay? And maybe there's something here about man-made artificial frequencies, things like Wi-Fi and radio waves and that kind of thing. You might be feeling a bit of a sensitivity right now as you adjust to this new space. Message coming through about that third eye activation happening right now. I'm getting something about the throat as well. Interesting, eh? What's that relationship? Putting words to what we see. Again, it's like learning what this is. It's like, what even is this? What am I looking at? And then allowing that understanding to filter through. And it's not like a problem that you have to solve. It's information that we need to allow as the Hermit to move through our system. And eventually we can put words to what this is. Because right now it might just feel so unfamiliar. And I get joy. I get joy, guys. And that's what it all comes down to, right? You're so worthy of experiencing joy and happiness and abundance of these feelings in your life. And that's what it all comes down to. There's major shifting taking place right now. And like I said, there's like some kind of dredging, I think, is that the word? Like a dredging, a pulling up of some deep emotions and some past material here. You're doing so well to move through this. Keep showing up for yourself and being patient with yourself and grounding yourself on the earth, leaning into these feminine ritualistic practices in order to protect and cleanse our energy. So keep doing that, but you know, let's remember that we're creating a life of joy and happiness and fulfillment and living in alignment with that highest timeline. That's what it all comes down to. That's what you guys are doing right now. And again, you are so worthy of experiencing this joy in your life. So inherently worthy of experiencing that. So, with that being said, I might just leave it there. Thank you so much for sharing this amazing, joyful, sometimes unknown space, this vast space, this magical space, this expansive space, right? Thank you for sharing all of the spaces with me. So much love to you guys, and I absolutely cannot wait to do it all again in the next reading. Let's go. Love you guys. Bye-bye.